Good morning. We are on lesson 11 today in module 1. We start a new book. It's called A Color of His Own. Before we get started, we are going to watch our vocabulary video to go over some of the vocabulary words. Remember that the vocabulary list I gave you a week and a half ago still has this week's vocabulary words on it too, okay? So let me you in case you've forgotten. I'm going to show you where they are in your Google Classroom. Wrong classroom. Here we go. So this is your classroom. You go into the classwork, go to Wit and Wisdom week 5, which was last week, and you're going to have to hit more, okay, because there's a lot of stuff there. So hit view more, and then, oh, I'm in the wrong one. You go down, here it is, vocabulary for the little yellow leaf and a color of his own. So if you click on this, this is where the vocabulary is at for this journal, for this book also. Please make sure that you are using your vocabulary journal. You are supposed to be putting one word on each page. Sorry, 2 words on each page. And then writing the definitions and making an illustration for each of them. So I have 2 words on each page. I have my line to separate the words. So the vocabulary list that I gave you last week had the word there. I'm gonna take a minute and get my lips fixed. The vocabulary list that I gave you last week and a half ago had the words for a color of his own and a little yellow leaf. So you had the words autumn, beckon, amber, heaps, soar, shimmer, heather, camouflage, remain, chameleon, and we added the word evidence a few days ago in class. So those are the words that you're supposed to be using for this story. So we need to make sure that you are doing those in your vocabulary journal. Also, we have next week will be the vocabulary quiz over both of those stories. So probably on Tuesday, probably a week from today, you will have a vocabulary quiz. So please make sure you are studying. All right, so that was where the vocabulary words are at. So now we are going to go ahead and, you know what, while I'm on here, we already have a color of his own on your Google Classroom. That's the book for you to look at on your own. And I included a YouTube link for you to listen to the story being read out loud also. All right, so we are going to listen to our vocabulary for a color of his own. This thing's been working so slow today. I need to hold on, I need to stop sharing because I need to go back and fix it so that you can hear it. Okay, I'm gonna pause this recording while this is working. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure what's going on with our videos, but they are not opening. So we will watch the vocabulary video tomorrow. And I can't get the video with Miss Sabella to open either. But what we're doing today is we are making a notice and wonder chart for a color of his own. So what I want you to do in your knowledge and response journal, you're going to turn to page 18. Okay, please put an 18 at the bottom. You need to write the title of the book, A Color of His Own, and today's date, 22. And make your notice and your wonder chart, okay? So if you need to pause the video so that you can copy this down on your journal, please do that. and then hit play when you're ready to resume. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to read the book twice today, okay? We're going to read it the first time, and I want you to come up with 2 things that you noticed. And then we're going to read the book second time, and I want you to find 2 things that you were wondering about, that were making you ask questions. So, and here's our book, A Color of His Own by Leo Lionni. A Color of His Own. Parrots are green. Goldfish are red. Elephants are gray. Pigs are pink. All animals have a color of their own, except for chameleons. They change color wherever they go. On lemons, they are yellow. In the heather, they are purple. And on the tiger, they are striped like tigers. One day, a chameleon who was sitting on a tiger's tail said to himself, "If I remain on a leaf, I shall be green forever, and so I too will have a color of my own." What do you think? Is that true? If he stays on his green leaf for the rest of his little life, is he always going to be green? What happens to those leaves? With this thought, he cheerfully climbed onto the greenest leaf. But in autumn, the leaf turned yellow, and so did the chameleon. Later, the leaf turned red, and the chameleon too turned red. And then the winter winds blew the leaf from the branch, and with it, the chameleon. The chameleon was black in the long winter nights. But when spring came, he walked out into the green grass, and there he met another chameleon. He told his sad story. "Won't we ever have a color of our own?" he asked. "I'm afraid not," said the other chameleon, who was older and wiser. "But," he added, "why don't we stay together? We will still change color wherever we go, but you and I will always be alike." And so they remained side by side. They were green together, and purple, and yellow, and red with white polka dots, and they lived happily ever after. So on page 18 of your journal, come up with 2 things that you noticed about that story. Okay, 2 things that you noticed. So go ahead and push pause, and then when you come up with your 2 notices, you can hit play again, okay? So 2 of the things that I noticed were that I noticed the chameleon was happy when he thought he would be one color. And I know that he found a friend like the little yellow leaf did. Those are 2 things I noticed. So now we're going to read the story again, but this time you're going to listen for some things that make you wonder, make you ask questions. A Color of His Own by Leo Lionni. A Color of His Own. Parrots are green. Goldfish are red. Elephants are gray. Pigs are pink. All animals have a color of their own, except for chameleons. They change color wherever they go. On lemons, they are yellow. In the hair, they are purple. And on the tiger, they are striped like tigers. One day, a chameleon who was sitting on a tiger's tail said to himself, "If I remain on a leaf, I shall be green forever, and so I too will have a color of my own." With this thought, he cheerfully climbed onto the greenest leaf. But in autumn, the leaf turned yellow, and so did the chameleon. Later, the leaf turned red, and the chameleon too turned red. And then the winter winds blew the leaf from the branch, and with it, the chameleon. The chameleon was black in the long winter nights. But when spring came, he walked out into the green grass, and there he met another chameleon. He told his sad story. "Won't we ever have a color of our own?" he asked. "I'm afraid not," said the other chameleon, who was older and wiser. "But," he added, "why don't we stay together? We will still change color wherever we go, but you and I will always be alike." So they remained side by side. They were green together, and purple, and yellow, and red with white polka dots. And they lived happily ever after. So I would like for you now to come up with 2 things that you wonder about and write those on the column that says wonder. 2 things that you wonder about that maybe make you ask a question, that make you go, Go ahead and pause the video, and then when you have come up with your 2 things, you can push play again. So 2 things I wondered about were, I wonder what the chameleons' names are. They never tell us. And even with characters that are animals, we usually find out what their name is. But in this book, we don't. And I also wonder, how do they change colors? Like what scientifically happens in their bodies to make them be able to change color? Kind of interesting to me, I think. Okay. So that is basically all for today. We introduced our new book. We read our new book. We came up with some notices and some wonders. And so tomorrow we're going to investigate it even further. So please make sure that you have turned in your fluency from the last story, because you will get a new fluency today for both read, written wisdom, and phonics. Okay, so make sure you have those done and turned in. Make sure you are working on your vocabulary journal. Please make those illustrations beautiful. Let me show you a really, really good one. Oh, what happened to my screen? My screen went black. Oh, there it is. What happened? What in the world? Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened. Now I got to figure out how to edit this. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. My entire screen went black. So I was going to show you a journal with has the definition, has the words and definitions. Now you guys, if you were with me in class, you would have these, but since you're not, you have to write them yourself, sorry. And all of the beautiful illustrations that go with the vocabulary words, all these beautiful, colorful illustrations. Yes, baby, I'm using your. All right, so after we finish module 1, you're going to start writing a sentence to go along with all of the illustrations. So go ahead and get ready for that. All right, so that is it. I hope that I did not mess up my video too terribly. I'll see you guys tomorrow.